Hello. Let me try and get this a little better. No, this is as good as we're going to get. Board games, it's what we're talking about. Board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing. And today I have my keyboard. This is something I don't hoard, because you know that I use it. So I don't hoard it, not even a little bit. Because can you even hoard one object? I mean, I don't think so, but the truth is, in theory, I could rent it. If there were some sort of keyboard rental service where I only had it half of the week, then yeah, you could say I'm hoarding it. But to me, hoarding is when you don't use something. Anyway, I'm going to take this off because it's getting a bit hot. And hello, Rob, of course. Thank you for jumping in. Anyway, board games and music, it's what I'm singing about. Board games and music, I'm not gonna shout. Let me know if the volume of the keyboard is appropriate to the volume of my singing. I hope you're all well. And this is the Busy Beats and Briefer Blether number 405. And hello, Idol Michael. It is lovely to see you. I am here in my room. I am here with my keyboard. And I should have really, if I'd been organized, I would have gotten 405 music. Oh, merriment. Let's go with that. And that'll be going along. Oh, thank you for that shout out, Rob. Yes, Michael definitely deserves a shout out. Since there's a couple of people here, let's talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, living life, playing games and other delights. I need to get a pedal because I'm really missing not having a sustain pedal. But yeah, what were some of your recent highlights? What were some of my recent highlights? Have you played any games? Have you done any playtesting? Cakes and Ladders, which is over there, about 10-minute cycle away from me. They are closing, which is a little bit sad. They had a party yesterday, and I was there. I took a game about wee whimsical creatures and tried to identify them after someone makes noises. I also took Kitty Cataclysm, Couple and Categorical. There was carrot cake, delicious carrot cake with almonds, flaked almonds, toasted flaked almonds on top. And it was juicy and moist. The cake was so good. There was beer. The beer will be staying, but sadly, the board games on the bus are no more. So this is an improvised song to Cakes and Ladders. Cakes and ladders, you could go in the bus and go upstairs and maybe play a game or two. Cakes and ladders, it was something that mattered, but sadly over the past year and a half, trouble did brew. But it's really just changing life situations. That's what Ruth and Hal said to me. Sometimes things are fun, but they can't be done endlessly. And Hal has a new job, and Ruth was surprised by how long childcare would take. But then they had a lovely celebration, and there was delicious carrot cake. And so cakes and ladders, today is the last day, and part of me regrets not being there right now. Although if I was there, I couldn't play the keyboard because I don't think there's anything to plug myself into over there. Cakes and ladders, it will be missed, but still time goes on, and there will be future pleasures, and we will all persist. So yeah, that's Cakes and Ladders. And while I was there, I met some lovely people. I think I was actually the only person who had come on their own, but I'm that sort of person, I'll just go somewhere even if I'm on my own. Introduced myself to a few people, got to share a cake with someone, got to play a game with a couple of people, then played a game with 4 more people, and talked to someone who makes books by appointment to Her Royal Majesty the Queen, which was quite cool to talk about that. And someone who works in a museum. I think, 6 people got to play a game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after someone makes noises. And they all really enjoyed it, and that's just lovely for me to see. Because that's what I make games for people to enjoy it. And that also yesterday went off and talked to... But let me catch up with the chat. Firstly, and bless you, my son. Peace be with you. Rob says, we had people over for tea, scones and biscuits yesterday. Amazing. That does sound fantastic. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was kind of a sad moment. And yeah, for sure. It's sad, but you've got to carry on, and you've got to remember that Ruth and Hal are having good times with their lives. It's not like their lives have been devastated by losing Cakes and Ladders. It's actually a positive vibe for them. It sounds like I lived my life like a slice of carrot cake. Seems to me that you lived your life like a slice of carrot cake. And in the end, it was all real, and thankfully the ingredients were not fake. Am I all ready for... so firstly, hello CD, it is lovely to see you. Good morning, and it was lovely to see you yesterday. I hope you are generally well. And Idol Michael asks, am I all ready for the Kickstarter launch? Am I bleep? Am I... Yeah. No, I am not. Yeah, I have a lot of work to do. I was trying to get to Board Game Geek Designer Diary done, but I've been maybe a bit too perfectionist about it. But having said that, maybe I could try and write it in time for the... Yeah. Next time. Like when there's a 3rd edition, I'll do it for then. But yeah, today I need to start writing the actual Kickstarter page. Yeah, I've not done that at all. Behind there, it was just a bare minimum that would get me accepted by Kickstarter. So I could technically launch tomorrow, but everyone would be looking at the page like, Beth, is this it? And also I need to double check all the shipping costs to, those countries, like, New Zealand, but also America, where I believe there's more people there, and also Europe, where Europe's gotten suddenly more expensive. It's sad. Brexit. It's been a pain. And a lot of, let's see, I didn't even think about doing a Board Game Geek diary. So you can only do a designer diary if the game's already published. So because I did a 50 copy print run, that counts as being published. Like if you want it to be on the front page, I mean, if you want it to just be on the page, then you can do a designer diary however you want. But Rob says, a lot of great Kickstarter launches due this week, it seems. Thank you very much. Dear Diary, today I invented a game. Well, thankfully, it's very expensive all over. Do you mean shipping? I thought for a moment you were talking about people pledging for Kickstarter pledges. But I am very tempted to say, you know what? This is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Gatekeepery of me. But I am very tempted to say the physical copy only in the UK, which does make me slightly sad, but at least I will know how much the postage is, because I am very concerned about and everyone will be able to get the print and play for £1. I'll nudge Eric and see if I can get something up after the split is ready. And yeah, shipping is just such a horrible thing these days. I mean, what you have, and also like the printing thing. I've tried. I had someone, I think it was yesterday, who asked me, "Hey, you're printing this new game, a game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after someone makes noises. Does that mean that you've forgotten about categorical?" And I promise you, I will never forget about the L deck. I will never forget about the L deck. And I would love to be able to print it today, but I can't. Because people who are watching this channel will probably be aware that, yeah, I might have said in the past, I can't get a printing slot until January next year. That's just... CD says, well, it's totally up to you, of course. I have friends in the UK, not mentioning Aqua or... That's the thing, like, from me, it would be so much easier to say, okay, I'm sending 10 copies to one person rather than having 10 copies to, like, 1 copy to 10 individuals. And so, yeah, Rob says, the restricted physical distribution thing sounds very reasonable for small projects like this, especially if there is a print and play option. I am glad to hear you say that. I will have to consult my business marketer / Dina to make sure she's okay with that. I'd like a real game, unlike to play a print and play. Yeah, I get that. Look, it's not going to be any cheaper for me to send it to you than it would be for anyone else. I know, like, Alicat Games sends enough stuff that they have a business account, and so I think they get like a 10% discount on the standard Royal Mail rate. It might not be exactly 10%, don't quote me on that, but they get a discount is my point. Whereas I am just a normal person going into the post office and shipping things, which means that if I ship a 2-kilo box full of games, it costs me exactly the same as a 1-kilo box full of games. True story, because second class small parcel. I'll need to double check that again. I'll need to double check all my facts. And that's the thing, like, I want to double check these things, but can I afford time to double check it for literally every country? And so that's why part of me almost might want to say, hey, if you want to back it and you're from a different country, then get in touch. So, yeah, CD right now, if you want to back it, and I will spend the minutes doing the research to New Zealand, but I'd rather be like, okay, this is exactly how many you want, this is exactly what I'm sending, and so I know actually how much it will be. Yeah. Just do it to UK and US, otherwise you cut out a large swathe of the purchasers. Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of people in the USA. There are also a lot of people in EU, like, I believe that I have, this sounds really egocentric, but I believe that I have at least one fan in Germany. I got an email like a week ago saying, hey, are you going to be at Essen? And I replied, I'm still trying to work it out. And yeah, wow. I'm going to not be there with my stand, but I will be there at some other company's thing, and if you want to pop by, then obviously we can play a game together, or we can sort something out in the night if I am actually coming by. To which they replied, oh, that sounds great, let me know, I would love to play a game with you again. And I'm trying to remember if going to different EU countries does cost different amounts, but yeah, I should do USA. I mean, for the time that it's going to take, it's probably worth me adding the prices if people are willing to pay them. Yeah. Pledge levels I've still not totally worked out, because in theory 1 to 4 costs me one price, and 5 to maybe 12 costs me a second price, because it depends exactly how many can be packed in the box that weighs about 2 kilos. But yeah, I might also just say, like, part of me wants to say just buy however many we want. Part of me wants to say buy this exact number, because if you get 1 or 4 or 8, then that's easier for me to pack, because then I can be like, here are the 1s, here are the 4s, here are the 8s, and I don't mess up, because the more variables you bring in, the more chance there is for human error. People get tired, people make mistakes. So yeah. Idle Michael says, we are printing in the UK, which is a bit more expensive, but the fact that we can turn it around in a month or so after the campaign ends is way better than waiting until 2022. Same. Like, I am expecting to get it. The way I'm running my campaign is campaign ends Friday. People need to get me their requests in by Sunday. If you've asked for a custom drawing, I will do all the drawings on Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to not have, yeah, I might, will I? Yeah, I'll stream maybe, but it will be just me drawing things. That will be my stream. And then Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday, Chris will get it sent over, and I will have it here in time for the end of the month, and I will start posting it out, fingers crossed, before the end of the month. You can just say plus shipping to be confirmed. I'm not doing a pledge manager, so I can't do that, because Kickstarter, well, can get a local here to post all to, and then distributes it. As in, do you mean that you could get someone? Oh, as in, if you mean that if more than one person in New Zealand wanted a copy, yeah, that's absolutely true. You could get that, and I am going to be charging the actual cost. So yeah, if multiple people in New Zealand want it, I mean, I was thinking maybe CD wants it, but I don't know if anyone else does in your country. Roy Rodion printed here locally for some reason. Reliable and slightly more expensive, but worth it. Yeah, absolutely worth it from so many perspectives, from turnaround perspective, from environmental impact perspective. And Michael asks, CD, are you setting up a New Zealand distributor? Anything for Bez. Aw, thank you very much. And Michael says, congrats on hitting 500 followers. Yeah, that was a while back. That was slightly before episode 400, I want to say. I'm not sure. But good morning, Alex. Lovely to see you. I've got the keyboard just under this hand. It's resting precariously on my knees. But I've decided that Mondays, unless I have a guest, I'm just going to play the keyboard. And if no one turns up, then I would just improvise. But if people do turn up, then I will talk over my improvisation. So, I want to ask, what was a good idea? Sorry. And yeah, I'm slightly confused. And of course, says Rob, episode 400 had 500 people in it. Anyway, so yeah. What else did I want to talk about before I finish? Because this is the briefer bladder. Yeah, so just to reiterate, for those who haven't watched one of these new episodes before, I've started doing this since Thursday. It's Busy Beats and briefer bladder, so sometimes it'll be literally 10 minutes. As it was on Saturday when I was on the train. Sometimes it will be 30 minutes, which is the maximum that I'll aim for when I'm on my own. And if a person comes, then we might extend that to an hour. It's going to be like half the length of before, where it was like an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Yeah, that was just getting crazy. I want this to fit within my life. So I do want to start wrapping up. But while I do, if you have any things that you want to talk about or any questionably quick questions is the name of the next section. Questionably quick questions I will answer for you. Questionably quick questions is the name of this section. I will answer the questions you deliver. I will answer you. Hey, that's questionably quick questions. So yeah, if you've got any questionably quick questions, then get them in now within the next minute or two. And people love watching you draw unique designs for release. Oh, I didn't realize that. So yeah, I guess I should stream on Tuesday in that case. So yeah, I will draw them. Oh no, wait, I'm not drawing on Tuesday. I'm drawing on Tuesday the week after. Anyway, you might have to be me for a little bit if Bez does UK only release for We Whimsical Creatures. New formats, intro song, questionably quick questions, wrap up by song. Yeah, pretty much. What's my favourite YouTuber at the moment? I mean, I think that self-love is important. I count myself as a YouTuber, so I'm going to say I'm trying to be kind to myself. And my thing to be kind to myself today is going to say, I am not going to write a Board Game Geek Designer diary. I have written about 3,000 words of it, but then I've got to start editing it. And yeah, there's also a wee bit more to write. Because, you know, I am verbose, as you might have noticed. But yeah, and CD says, literally, yeah, 100%. But if I had to say a YouTuber that is not me, I would say Tom Scott. Tom Scott's still pretty cool. Yeah, I like Tom Scott. And I like Tom's videos that are like 6 minutes long, and I feel satisfied after them. It says it describes the thing perfectly. It tells me what I'm going to get into the video. There's a little bit of an information gap. And then I learned a thing. It's brilliant. Tom Scott. I'm thinking of the right person, aren't I? The white English person with greyish hair now who does, stuff. And CD says, if it feels like a relief, it's the right decision. And yeah, lots of love for Tom Scott. There we go. So that is the questionably quick questions. And I will finish up by talking about a brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? I'm going to say that a brilliant thing is plans and making time for things. So let's get an example. I enjoy playing the keyboard / piano. But it's really easy for me to just go years without playing the piano. And so just saying, okay, here's half an hour on Monday, there is going to be piano music. And since Xate isn't watching, maybe I'll just bring in the piano most days. I don't know, what do you think? But yeah, I'm going to say making time for things and saying this is when I'm going to do that, and making time for things that you enjoy, and making time that says this is time when I'm doing this, I'm not doing anything else, I'm not going to feel guilty. Like today there are things that I should be doing. I should be drawing some creatures for Big to Cock. I should be working on the Kickstarter. I should be checking out how much postage costs, possibly. I will. And yeah, but for this moment, for this brief moment, it's almost like setting time apart, guilt-free. I am doing something I enjoy, and I've made time for that. So that is my brilliant thing today. So yeah, that is that. I'm going to skimmy. There we go. So that is the end. Oh wait, I'll answer all the questions that have already been asked, and then I will finish up. So firstly, it's the red t-shirt that Tom Scott wears, right? I would think possibly. Would you rather have knees that generate a random noise whenever you bend them, or a constant soundtrack of songs you can't quite recognize? Ooh, definitely the second one. Wait a minute. Does that mean that I can never listen to my own music? With the second one, does that mean I go into a club and then the music that's my soundtrack is playing, clashing with the club music? Or does that mean that when I go into someone, if there is music playing naturally around me, does the soundtrack kind of fade to make way for the real sounds? And then the other question is, who is hearing the sounds? Am I the only person hearing the sounds, or does everyone hear the sounds? But right off the bat, I'm going to say the latter. I'm going to say the latter. I would go insane not remembering that tune. Nah, I'm quite comfortable having tunes that I can't quite recognize. I'm not bothered by that at all. Anyway, so today we'll recap. I did start like 2 minutes late or something, so but plugged in my keyboard. I started playing music. Rob here, Idol Michael, CD, Alex, lovely people. And if you're watching this after the fact, then you are probably also lovely people, but lots of love to you all. What did we talk about? I talked about cakes and ladders. Ladder to the sky, and the end arrived, and it went out like carrot cake. And the board game bus is leaving us with a little shake. And so, yeah, we talked about that, and then we talked about a game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after someone makes noises. And we talked about shipping and distribution. The soundtrack is constant at a quietish volume, but it sounds like it's coming from behind a wall, reducing its recognizable features. Ooh, so you don't. I mean, I'm still trying to work out, like, with a random noise, does that mean that one time I could bend my knees and then there's like a noise that just lasts longer than until I bend my knees the next time? So eventually there's a cacophony of noises. And also, like, I'm constantly bending my knees. I mean, I'm constant. Yeah, I think this is an evil question. But that sounds like one for another day, because I do want to wrap up, but feel free to talk to me about it, not tomorrow, we're going to be talking about a game about, so feel free to bring it up on Wednesday or one of the other days, and then we can really explore it. Because, yeah, would your noises, how loud would they be? Would they be ear-splitting? And do you have to, like, if you bend your knees a fraction, does that make a noise? If you bend your knees 1 degree more, would that make another noise? Like, is it making a noise every time your knees tighten that angle, even if it's 1 degree? Because that would be like just constant noises coming out, in which case I would definitely prefer the soundtrack. Oh, the noise lasts as long as the knee is moving. I still feel like, just now I'm moving my right knee, and it would be cool. Like, and yeah, anyway, so I'm definitely going for the second one, I think. But unless it's really quiet. So that's how we finished with all the questionably quick questions. Stuffbybez.com, all the places, Stuff by Bez. Thank you, everyone. You are lovely. Lots of love. And I'm going to say, yep, if there's anything you want to share, let's give 1 minute over to what are you up to. You can share, but only if you want to. And I will share that I am going to be streaming tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm going to be with Dina, and I can't believe it's already come up so quickly. I'm going to be with Dina tomorrow at 10 a.m. We are going to be doing the Kickstarter. Check out stuffbybez.com/streams, and it's not properly updated. That's actually a thing I should do after this. Share, spread the word. We might as well raid someone. If anyone has any ideas for a person to raid, let me grab that to the side and. If you bend it just right, you get Radio 4. And so, view on Twitch. Who is streaming? Are there any? Okay, so there's Nerds of the West who's doing Funk, Looney Lee, L Infinity. Oh, that sounds exciting. Let's go and check out L Infinity. And I don't know much about them, but have been following them. So, oh yeah, they're doing keyboard stuff. So if you like keyboard stuff, then go for it. And apparently, I've inspired CD. CD is going to also aim for half an hour. Got games with Nicholas and Rob later. That sounds fantastic. And not so coincidentally, I mean, logically, that makes sense, what you're saying, Rob. So for now, all I'm going to say is, bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, bye, thank you. It's been wonderful with you. Bye, 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 bye. And now this is something new. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, bye, Alex. Bye, bye, Rob. Bye, bye, Michael. Hope you have a good time.
And bye bye, CD. And yep, have lots of fun and enjoy life and do all the things. And bye bye. Bye bye.